mpenzi mtazamaji wa runinga unayoipenda ya KBC Channel 1.
Over the years, we have been at the forefront of broadcast trends to bring you the best of news, entertainment,
how high and how is freaking,
and sports. You have the power to take your favorite broadcaster to the top. KBC Channel 1 has been nominated in the TV Station of the Year category in the 7th edition of the Kuza ICT Awards.
Favorite TV station.
To vote for KBC via SMS, simply use the short code 15601 and follow the prompts at no cost. Or visit www.kuzaawards.co.ke and follow the registration instructions to vote. KBC Channel 1. Kenya's watching.
Watch the Mozartbet Cup as teams from both the top tier and lower tier battle for the ultimate prize of representing the country in Africa's CAF Confederations Cup. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, beginning with a round of 16 matches, the quarter-final, semi-final, and the final. Mozartbet Cup, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Nico, tuchomoke. Nico. Ni nini sura? Stress nia?
Ujaona hii public notice?
Public notice gani?
Bro, hujasoma hii public notice? Unakumbuka ile insurance cover nilichukua? Hiyo kampuni ya bima imefungwa bana.
No.
Serious. Ona. Na vile niko na claim na wao.
Usipanic. Policy Holders Compensation Fund, PCF, ni agency ya gava yenye ilibuniwa ili kucompensate mtu yeyote mwenye ako na insurance claim kwa kampuni ya bima ambayo imefungwa.
For real?
Yes.
And what's the process?
Enda kwa website ya PCF. Fata hiyo procedure ya claim vile iko kwa website yao. Step by step. Step by step. Mpaka mwisho. And you are sorted.
Policyholder Compensation Fund will work with you hadi siku utakuwa compensated. Kumbuka, PCF is the only insurance guarantee scheme in Africa. PCF, thamana ya bima yako.
Your home is your domain. You have worked hard to give your family a home. Why not protect it? Consider purchasing a domestic package policy. This covers your home, the contents of your home, your domestic workers against death or injury in the course of employment, visitors to your premises against injury or death and loss or damage to their belonging. Read and understand the terms and conditions of your policy. IRA, Bima Bora kwa Taifa.
I'm a supporter of raising children as a mother to be able to have this gentlemen out there as gentlemen and not men. You know, I tell people that we want to give wanaume bora, si bora wanaume.
One thing I know for sure I'm very, like I work hard at, and she actually tells me off about it, is you need to give me space. Because I'm always like, you're my heart walking around. I just like, baby, you're my heart walking around. She's like, Mom, get over yourself.
Another challenge, you see, her sister anajua more of him than me. Like they twin kabisa. So you find he will tell the sister everything, but he won't tell me. So the sister is the reporter. Yani ni ana report kila kitu like wacha nikwambie.
very good evening to you. Many thanks for joining us. This is Easy Friday on this day, the 17th day of May 2024. A comprehensive coverage of the news that's been shaping up. A new appointment for a managing director right here on KBC. It is coming up. Politically speaking, they've been speaking about the Limuru 3, and the new political outfit is called Haki Coalition has come up. The president is in Kigali, Rwanda. What's that all about? Details coming up. We have business and sports a bit later.
Absolutely. And tonight we also have Easy Friday, the interview, and our hot seat is going to be occupied by a man who is quite the talent when it comes to urban tone, the new, craze in town when it comes to music.
I've seen you do a couple of dances.
So we'll be doing that later on as well.
Yeah.
Remember, the hashtag is Easy Friday, at Shisha Arora, at John_Kago_M, at KBC Channel 1. Talk to us, tell us where you're watching from. And our sign language interpreter tonight is Brian Muraru. For now, it's time for the highlights. Limuru 3 conference gives birth to Haki Coalition, apparently to champion Central Kenya's political direction. Africa CEO Forum in Kigali calls for reforms in the international financing institutions. And war of words as Governor Kihika defends decision to eject Nakuru War Memorial Hospital management team. You're watching Easy Friday on KBC Channel 1, and tonight's top story. The Cabinet Secretary for Information, Communications and the Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, that's FIHRM-EGH, has appointed Miss Agnes Kaleche Guna as the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC.
Well, this appointment, which is effective immediately, will run for a period of 3 years.
Prior to this appointment, Ms. Guna was Chief Operating Officer at the Star Publications and also Chair of the Media Owners Association.
It was made by the Cabinet Secretary through the Chairman of the Board of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. We wish Ms. Nguna well in her new role, and the Ministry looks forward to her working closely with the Board of Directors. That's some of the sentiments coming from the board. There you have it. Appointment of Managing Director here at KBC. That's Miss Agnes Kaleche Nguna. Welcome aboard, Miss Kaleche.
All right, now in other news, a new political outfit touted to champion the cause of Central Kenya has emerged from a meeting of opposition leaders that took place in Limuru Friday.
Well, the movement, which is dubbed Haki Coalition and which has the former president Uhuru Kenyatta as its leader, according to the group, will mainly focus on uniting the region to have them speak in one voice and champion the one man, one vote, 1 shilling revenue sharing formula.
Take a look.
Opposition leaders drawn from the Mount Kenya region converge in Kiambu County for the controversial Limuru 3 meeting convened by NAK Kenya Party leader Martha Karua.
We shall work towards uniting the region in all the 3 thematic areas: political, economic, and socio-cultural. 2, that the region shall pursue all its interests through all the means necessary.
The meeting announcing Haki Coalition as a new political outfit for the Mount Kenya region, a vehicle they claim they will deploy to seek power in the next general election.
We, the people of the region, have resolved that we shall unite under one umbrella movement to safeguard our interests and to speak as one mountain with one voice.
Kikuyu Council of Elders vowed that retired President Uhuru Kenyatta remains as the region's kingpin until the mantle is handed over to the next leader. The leaders, including Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, former Laikipia Governor Nderitu Mureithi, and a section of Jubilee legislators, demanded that the next boundaries review be based on population.
The allocation of national resources must be equitable and guided by our one man, one vote, 1 shilling policy.
The leaders also slammed the proposed Finance Bill 2024, saying if passed by the National Assembly, it will have far-reaching consequences on the economy. Githongori legislator Gadenua Mushomba, perceived a UDA rebel, said the bill will face resistance in the National Assembly. The convener of Limuru 3 meeting, Mother Karua, has said this meeting will be extended to the rest of the counties in the Mount Kenya region to champion the interests of its people. Giverson Minor is a Friday, Limuru in Kiambu County.
Now, the Limuru 3 meeting has been lauded as a much-needed intervention by a section of Mount Kenya leaders who attended the forum at Jumuiya Conference Center in Kiambu County.
Well, this even as Nyandarua County women representative faulted the meeting for being politically driven.
Itatuletea nini hii Limuru 3? Na watu wa Limuru 3 ni wale wanaweka sufuria kwa vichwa. Hiyo maneno yote tusiyasikie. This is not time for politics. It is time to work. Mtu asisumbue president wetu na deputy wetu.
And we have an agenda, and the agenda is to bring the people of Mount Kenya back as a people, is to bring the unity back, for us to speak the same language, for us to speak in one voice.
The Sakanas had been political meetings with the political baggage. But Limuru 3, we are coming here as the community. We discuss our issues as the house of Mount Kenya, that is Gikuyu, Embu and Meru.
Na kama wanabiashara sisi hatujafurahia na hii serikali, ni kwa sababu sisi tunatoa kodi, lakini in return sisi hatupewi services zenye zinalingana na ile kodi ambayo sisi tunatoa.
Na tutakapoongea kwa sauti moja kama Wakikuyu, tutaweza kukimbilia maendeleo pamoja, tutaendelea kufanya mambo mengi pamoja na tutashikana kama mlima.
Kwa sababu tunaona ile serikali iko inatulalia. Tumeugana mdogo kwa mkubwa, tuko Limuru 3, tukisema lazima Wakikuyu tujijue. Kuna kitu tunasema one man 141 shillings.
All right, now in other news, President William Ruto has called for reforms in the international financing architecture, advocating for a more inclusive approach.
While speaking during the Africa CEO Forum 2024 in Kigali, Rwanda, the president says the current financial system is unfair and does not cater to the interests of developing countries.
The president, who is in Kigali, Rwanda, for the Africa CEO Forum, called for changes in global financial architecture, arguing the reforms would enable underserved countries to advocate for mutually beneficial outcomes, such as the allocation of concessional loans.
The lenders are important, but the borrowers are important too. Development partnership has two components on both sides. So we must have a candid conversation so that we have an organization that is democratic, that is representative, so that all of us have an equal voice on what happens.
The head of state emphasized the need to democratize the boards of multilateral development banks to ensure all members have an equal say in the management of these institutions. This, he explained, will help pull many countries out of debt distress, allowing them to pursue their development goals.
Other countries access the same facilities at 1%. So if we are getting it at 10% and others are getting it at 1%, where is the fairness? How do we develop equally? This is a conversation we must have.
President Ruto noted there was a need to allocate resources tailored to address the challenges posed by climate change, prioritize value addition, enhance exports, as well as implement the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement to enhance intra-Africa trade. Addition. Weri Mujenga for Easy Friday.
Meanwhile, Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika has defended her decision to eject the management of Nakuru War Memorial Hospital, saying it was aimed at safeguarding the hospital from land grabbers.
Appearing before the Senate Health Committee, Governor Kihika insisted the current directors of the hospital fraudulently obtained the extension of the lease of the land and changed the ownership documents of the hospital.
The hospital management, however, dismissed the governor's position, accusing the county government of chaotic ejection of staff and patients that saw 6 patients lose their lives.
The Senate Health Committee invited Nakuru County Governor Susan Kihika and the management of Nakuru War Memorial Hospital in a bid to resolve the impasse that has seen the facility closed down for the last 5 months. According to the governor, the decision to eject the management of the hospital in January was aimed at protecting the facility from illegal acquisition by private entities.
Upon the cancellation of the lease that was acquired fraudulently, the county government took upon itself to take over the hospital, noting that there was an earlier consideration of this issue by the County Assembly of Nakuru and a report to effect prepared.
Governor Kihika accused the directors of the hospital of fraudulently changing the facility from a public trust entity to a private property.
The defendants, being the directors of Nakuru War Memorial Hospital Limited, are facing 23 counts of offences related to the renewal of the lease for Nakuru Municipality Block 11/07 inter alia.
But the management of the hospital, while disagreeing with the governor's position, insisted the hospital was privately owned by a company limited by guarantee.
The hospital management insists that the extension process was perfectly legal.
The tussle between Nakuru County Government and Nakuru War Memorial Hospital Limited now has attracted 5 cases pending in court, while the governor insists the county government has handed over the facility in compliance with a recent court ruling. The management submitted they still can't access the facility.
And management have been denied access to the hospital despite numerous court orders. Currently, goons are being used to block access to the hospital.
The Senate Health Committee will consider the submissions by the 2 parties and issue a report. Rishok Washira, Prime Edition.
All right, now moving on, Third Way Alliance Kenya has moved to court once again to block the planned deployment of police officers to Haiti.
Well, the petitioners have cited the government's alleged contempt of court, accusing the state of blatantly disregarding a January High Court order declaring the deployment unconstitutional and illegal.
Kenya in July 2023 volunteered to lead the mission and deploy 1,000 troops to restore order to the troubled Caribbean nation that has been rocked by marauding criminal gangs.
In a move aimed to stop the deployment of approximately 200 Kenyan police officers to Haiti next week, as part of the UN Security Council-backed security mission, Third Way Alliance is once again in court. Under a certificate of urgency, the petitioners have cited they are reliably informed that the Kenyan deployment may take place no later than 23rd May, hence seeking the court's urgent intervention. The petitioners have also accused the government of acting in bad faith by ignoring the High Court orders issued in January this year. They argue that the government is in contempt of court, saying that Haiti is not a reciprocating country and that it had not made any formal request for police deployment. The first batch of 200 police officers is expected to arrive in Haiti on 23rd May, coinciding with President William Ruto's state visit and his delegation to the United States of America. Who will blink first? With the huddled Haiti mission once again in court, for the first deployment of the Kenyan troops to the Haiti nation. Will the mission be possible or impossible? Ruth Wamboi reporting for Easy Friday.
And that brings us to the first break of this particular program, that is Easy Friday. And remember, right at the top of this bulletin, we spoke about how, we found that KBC has the first female MD. Her name is Miss Agnes Kaleche Guna.
Well, that appointment made today by the Cabinet Secretary for Information Communications and the Digital Economy, that's Eliud Owalo. We are welcoming the new MD. That's welcome, Miss Kaleche.
Absolutely. So we hope to, see what this...
Absolutely. I know she's been appointed for a period of 3 years,
Yes.
so there's a lot of good vibe and a lot of hopes in terms of a lot of changes.
Definitely looking forward to working with her.
Absolutely.
And that takes us to our break, but we'll be right back. Don't go too far.
Back to the future. The future is simulate. Bet smarter. Win faster now. Be a winner. More at Bet.
Are you looking for competent college training founded on Christian background? Sensei Institute of Technology is the right place. Welcome to the home of great practical skills where learning is hands-on, the CBC way, and everyone has potential.
I'm Silvano Magez Mugisha from Uganda. I'm a student in Sensei Institute of Technology. I've taken several courses in Sensei, which is plant operator, plant mechanics, automotive electronics, and solar installation and CCTV. The reason why I've done all those courses with Sensei, Sensei gives the best practical skills in all fields, and these skills always help us to provide our best to the society. I've had a very good experience with Sensei because the teaching staff of Sensei do not only act like teachers, but they even act like parents. So they have given me a good experience in school and outside school.
All you need is your ID card to be admitted to either of our 2 campuses in Nairobi and Nakuru. Call us on 0717 951 055 or 0729 891 301. Sensei Institute of Technology. My skills, my future.
Tender loving care. Hiyo tu ndio anataka.
Nitajipanga tu, Mama Jabali. I'm meeting with the DCI officer right now.
DCI?
250,000 shillings is not pocket change.
If our relationship is working, then that means she's mine.
Did you see what she did to our marriage? We have never recovered.
Honestly, I don't care.
Ningekuwa na mzee wa bidii kama wewe, ningekuwa niko mbali sana.
Unaambia babangu nini?
Jane.
Toka.
Ni kama atapokea hizi habari aje. Nataka nikuwe mtu wa kwanza kumwambia.
Hi guys. You have not told her?
I haven't. You should know that you have just messed me up.
I know.
Welcome back. Now, the Kenya Defence Forces has handed over the Wanini Kireri Magereza Hospital to the State Department of Correctional Services following its completion and equipping.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki received the handover documents for the 150-bed capacity facility from his defence colleague Aden Duale at the Prison Staff and Training College in Limuru, where it is located.
Duale said the Kenya Defence Forces will continue supporting the State Department in terms of personnel and training to ensure the health facility maintains the best standards of service delivery.
The Wanini Kireri Magereza Hospital is a level 4 facility constructed in a record 9 months by the Kenya Defence Forces. On Friday, Defence Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale and his interior counterpart Professor Kithure Kindiki presided over the handover ceremony of the facility domiciled at the Prison Service Staff and Training College in Ruiru, Kiambu County.
We do have some capacity
in terms of medical personnel, but we will need additional capacity. And our first point of call will be the Kenya Defence Forces before we look elsewhere.
The government will continue to provide unwavering support, ensuring that investments are targeted and effective. It's imperative that we will prioritize the well-being of those who selflessly serve our nation.
The facility boasts of 2 major theatres, an accident and emergency unit, maternity and dental services, and a morgue, among others. Principal Secretaries Patrick Mariru of Defence and Salome Muhi of Correctional Services were further directed to find collaborative approaches of keeping the facility in the best of standards for maximum benefit.
We have been facing challenges of our officers assessing specialized treatment. Now this will be a thing of the past, thanks to this novel initiative to construct this hospital.
We have a staff strength of over 35,000, and we hope, together with their families, bringing a total of more than 120,000, together with the neighboring community on referral basis, we shall be able to keep this hospital very busy.
We shall meet with my colleague PS to find ways and means of Ministry of Defense and KDF supporting this hospital so that it can be fully operationalized as you have directed.
The team later proceeded to the National Police Service Level 4 Hospital Mbagathi for a similar exercise. This health facility is unique in the sense that not only members of the prison staff and their families will be able to benefit from the services offered here, but also members of the local community. Yusufar reporting for Easy Friday in Ruiru, Kiambu County.
Now, the Kenya National Private Security Workers Union, that's KNPSWU, is demanding all employers immediately implement a minimum salary of 30,000 shillings for all employees as set by the Private Security Regulatory Authority, that's PSRA.
Absolutely, that definitely comes in as good news. Now, speaking here in the capital, Private Security Regulatory Authority Director, General Fazul Mohammed, called on the Interior Cabinet Secretary to intervene after months of uncertainty regarding that particular directive.
Anybody who does not comply with the act, with the minimum wage, with the training, with the guard force number, we will get you off our register. We will cancel and deregister you from operating as a private security service provider in Kenya.
Hawa bawabu wanafanya kazi masaa mengi. They are not being compensated by employers kwa mambo ya overtime, mambo ya usiku, wanawaacha wanawake kwa nyumba wanaenda kwa kazi. Mambo ya allowance hakuna. Alafu employers ambao hawasikii waheshimu sheria ya mambo employment wanajenga magorofa kubwa kila pahali. Na mimi najua hata huko kuna shida.
Now, the Parliamentary Committee on Implementation wants the Kenya Ports Authority to open up the grain handling business at the Port of Mombasa to other firms.
Well, the committee says that the move will end the monopoly in grain handling services enjoyed by a private entity over the years.
This and more in our County News Roundup.
Speaking during a meeting with the Principal Secretary, Ministry of Transport and the Kenya Ports Authority Management, the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Implementation, Raphael Wanjala, asked Kenya Ports Authority to give timelines on when other firms will be allowed to set up grain handling facilities at the port.
Can you just tell us something good that, okay, we are going to do this within this time, we are going to advertise this within this time, we are going to do this in this time, so that we are really so able, when we go back to Parliament, we have something to report on.
Meanwhile, the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers has called on the government to resolve the junior secondary schools teachers' interns dispute. KUPPET Secretary General Akela Misori observed that the ongoing strike has affected learning in many institutions.
That cohort of learners are at a critical stage of transition, and their teachers are the ones on the street. So we are already compromising the quality of education.
Uasin Gishu County Deputy Governor John Barorot has ordered the assessment of schools that were affected by the recent floods in the county. This follows a report by County Executive for Education Anthony CTNA and the Director for Health Services Dr. Evans Kiprotich, indicating schools are still experiencing challenges of pit latrines filled with water, sinking toilets, damaged roofs and cracks on classroom walls and doors, and flooded classrooms and playgrounds.
Don't hesitate. If there will be no clarity from the Department of Education on coming up with action plans, we will instruct our team to close the schools.
Elsewhere, Kenyatta National Hospital employees who are allied to the Kenya Union of Domestic Hostels, Educational Institutions and Hospitals have threatened to down their tools from 3rd June if the government does not sign the new collective bargaining agreement.
We are aware the issue with the Kenyatta National Hospital is with the Salary Celebration Commission. And the government, through the CS, have already agreed they are going to sort out the issue. And therefore, we at Kenyatta National Hospital employees, we have agreed with the PS that we give them exactly 10 working days effective from yesterday. These days, they will be able to make sure that our CBA 2021-2025 is negotiated, signed, and registered.
And Kenyans have been warned against eating meat indiscriminately as the country marks National Donkey Day. Officers at Brook East Africa, an organization that champions the welfare of donkeys, say the public needs to be aware of the dangers posed by eating meat that is not inspected.
I call to all citizens and residents of Nairobi is to be keen where you purchase your meat. Ideally, the meat that you're purchasing, if it is donkey meat, it is not inspected, which is ideal for most meat before you consume, to ensure that there are no zoonotic diseases and any public health risks that you might encounter when you consume your meat.
Jacqueline Masharia for Easy Friday.
Now tonight on My Culture, we bring you a story from the heart of Marsabit County, where over 20 women groups from the Rendile community have embarked on a journey to reclaim their endangered cultural heritage.
Let's now delve into the details of this unique endeavor with our very own Jackie Wambiro.
In the heart of Marsabit County, a profound cultural renaissance is underway. Over 20 women groups from the Rendile community have embarked on a journey to reclaim their endangered language and heritage. Led by the Pastoralist People's Initiative, they have taken a bold step towards preserving their identity amidst the looming threat of extinction.
Rendile ni community kidogo sana kwa hii country yetu ya Kenya na nchi yetu hii ya Kenya, na ni community ambayo watu wengi huwa hata hawajawahi ona. Wengine wanadhani sisi ni Wamasai, wengine wanadhani sisi ni Wasamburu ama kabila nyingine, lakini kusema ukweli, Rendile ni community ambayo inajisimamia, ni community ambayo ina culture yake, ina lugha yake tofauti na ya Wamasai.
Under the stewardship of PPI, the women groups receive 50 acres of land from community elders for the establishment of a cultural institution and museum.
Sisi kama akina mama tumesema tunataka kuifufua ama kuhifadhi mila hizi zetu. Na ardhi hii itatumika kama cultural school. Katika hiyo Rendile Cultural School tutakuwa na pia exhibitions, tutakuwa pia na mambo ya kuonyesha chakula zetu za utamaduni na kazi zote ambayo akina mama wa Rendile wanafanya katika jamii.
Rendile elders perform a traditional blessing ceremony on the sacred land located at Loglogo, Laisame sub-county, their withered faces reflecting a profound sense of solemnity and purpose. The significance of this endeavor cannot be overstated. With over 75% of Rendile youth unable to speak in their native language, the specter of cultural assimilation looms large.
Tumekosa kitu inaitwa culture ya Rendile. Hakuna watoto siku hizi naenda shule,
Hakuna kitabu mbabo naandiko kwa Kirendile mbabo watoto wasome. Hakuna wasee unaweza kutafuta culture ya Rendile watoto ajue kwao. Kwa hivyo lugha ya Rendile ameenda, amepotea. Kwa ya Rendile samana harusi kama tunafanya, ona mila ya Rendile walikuwa tunafanya na harusi. Sasa hakuna, tumerudi lugha ya watu wengine.
Na hii tunajua ya kwamba itakuwa ni njia moja ya kuhifadhi mila yetu, itakuwa njia moja ya kuhifadhi utamaduni wetu, itakuwa njia moja ya kuhifadhi identity yetu sisi kama Warendile, na itakuwa pia njia moja ya kufungua maendeleo, kwa sababu tukiendelea hivyo niko na hakika tutaanza kudevelop hapa. Na
Margaret Super, the executive director of PPI, underscores the urgency of the situation, warning that without intervention, the rich tapestry of Rendile culture will fade into obscurity.
At least nambari kubwa sio vile tulikuwa kitambo, na tunataka kuweza kusimama kama community, tuweze kusikika, tuweze kujulikana, na pia dunia iweze kujua kwamba hata kama tuko watu wachache, lakini tunafaa kufahamika na kusimama kivyetu.
The impending inauguration of the cultural institution in August will mark the dawn of a new era for the Rendile people. A mega event, the first ever Rendile Cultural Festival, promises to be a celebration of resilience and heritage.
Food and Cultural Festival mwezi wa 8 tarehe 23, 4 na 5. Tunawakaribisha wote mje mjione Rendile ni kina nani. Najua wengine wametusoma kwa vitabu. Mkuje muone tuko na utamaduni wetu, utasherekea utamaduni yetu, tutasherekea chakula chetu, tutasherekea lugha yetu, na pia tutaweza kuweka archive ambayo itaweza kuonyesha watoto wetu kwamba tulitoka wapi na tunaenda wapi na tunaendelea aje.
As preparations for the inaugural Rendile Cultural Festival gather momentum, there is a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. For the Rendile people, this event represents more than mere festivities. It is a testament to their resilience, a reaffirmation of their identity in the face of adversity. Jackie Wambiru, My Culture.
There's always so much to learn, that particular feature. Honestly, I think she does an incredible job.
Absolutely. I think one day Jackie Wambiru should write a book. She has so much information
so
on the culture.
Knowledge
Absolutely.
of different cultures.
Absolutely.
It makes you realize how diverse we are as a country.
Absolutely. Well in, Jackie Wambiru, for that. Time for us to move to the next beat of the bulletin. We're speaking business, and guess who's back?
Betty Kiptum.
Right. Back in a moment.
Did you know you can purchase affordable insurance products which are tailored to meet your needs? Microinsurance offers affordable insurance products in exchange of small regular premium payments. It covers low-value assets against various perils dependent on the scope of the cover. In the event of a loss, the claim is settled within 10 days. Insure all things that matter to you through microinsurance today. Read and understand the terms and conditions of your policy. This message is brought to you by the Insurance Regulatory Authority, IRA. Bima bora kwa taifa.
Shamba ni mbili, yako ni gani? Kwenye star 570 hash. Every 100 shillings unayotumia kwa Lucky Game inakupa 1 entry point ya kuingia kwenye drum ya draw, ambayo inakupa fursa ya kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi mbili. Mwisho wa April namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, na unapata title deed yako safi. Na mwisho wa Mei namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, lori za mawe na mchanga. Ploti ndizo hizi. Dial star 570 hash. Title deed ndio hii. Vuka na shake.
Good evening to you. Thank you for staying with Easy Friday. Time to make sense of the numbers. My name is Betty Kiptum. The World Bank has advanced 600 million Kenya shillings that will fund restocking of livestock in arid and semi-arid areas and restoration of pasture, as well as support agricultural startups that were adversely affected by COVID-19 pandemic. Here is Benson Rioba with the details.
To increase livestock production in arid and semi-arid areas, the World Bank has advanced 300 million shillings through the Agriculture Finance Corporation to SMEs in the livestock value chain. Part of the funds will go towards fodder production and livestock restocking.
If we do it as desired, it will unlock the huge yet largely unexplored potential of our pastoral community.
Areas are well laid out in terms of who qualifies, as long as they're in the livestock beef value chain. They're able to offtake livestock from the pastoralists. We are also looking at enhancing and improving the quality of meat in the country, and we're also looking at fodder production.
Another 300 million shillings will capitalize startups in the wider agriculture value chain that were adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
The appraisal process that we use to make sure that someone is qualifying or not. So basically, we are going to use our internal processes to appraise for each and every application that we receive. The ones that meet the set criteria is the ones that I'm gonna process to the next level in terms of giving that to those farmers.
Just to add.
The livestock funding targets 21 counties in arid and semi-arid regions. Benson Rioba reporting for Easy Friday.
And the Investment Promotion and Facilitation Bill 2024 is now headed to the National Assembly following the completion of the stakeholders' validation exercise. The bill seeks to establish Kenya Investment Corporation and set up a one-stop shop investment center to facilitate and coordinate investments in the country.
The new bill proposes for the mandatory registration of foreign investors at the Investment Authority in an effort to ensure accurate and comprehensive data collection on foreign investments within the country. Stakeholders say this data is crucial for policymakers to monitor investments trends, analyze their impact on the economy, and make informed decisions.
It is no doubt, and I know we're all aware, that the investment sector and the contribution we make to this bill towards enhancing the right environment and increasing the investments we want to see in the country is directly related to the revival of our economy.
Additionally, the bill introduces an investment registration certificate, a review of the investment threshold, as well as a comprehensive investment incentives framework to attract and retain investors in priority sectors. This coming at a time when Kenya is looking to remain competitive in an ever-evolving business environment.
Persuaded by government policy shifts, convinced by economic changes domestically and internationally, taken aback by legal challenges, and justified by the ever-evolving marketing conditions, we as Ken Invest embarked on a process to make the Investment Promotion Act.
As part of the legislative process, Ken Invest undertook stakeholder engagement and public participation in 6 economic blocks across the country that accorded citizens the opportunity to have a say and interrogate the draft bill. The bill will now be transmitted to the National Assembly for consideration. Alanoko, Prime Edition.
Kenya Commercial Bank and Propaco have entered a deal to finance climate-related investment projects, and that is in Kenya. The two institutions signed a 12 billion shilling credit line on the sidelines of the 2024 Africa CEO Forum in Kigali.
The bank will use the funds for onward lending to projects that prioritize environmental sustainability and high social impacts, particularly in the health and education sector. The project is expected to maintain nearly 100,000 jobs in the various sectors financed, especially in small and medium-sized enterprises sector. The partnership underscores a shared commitment to fostering sustainable development, economic resilience, and gender equality in Kenya, thereby advancing sustainable development goals. Meanwhile, CIC Insurance Group PLC reported a profit before tax of 12.5 billion shillings for the year ended December 2023, compared to the restated profit before tax of 823 million shillings recorded in 2022, representing a 20.9% growth. The group's insurance revenue grew by 23% to 25.4 billion shillings in 2023. Total assets grew by 16% to 50.3 billion shillings. Profit after tax grew to 1.4 billion shillings in 2023. Investment income return grew by 14% to 2.9 shillings billion. Other operating expenses increased from 1.3 billion shillings to 1.5 billion shillings, a 10% increase in line with the overall business growth. Assets under management increased from 127 billion shillings in 2022 to 146 billion shillings in 2023, with no restatement of 2022 figure. The strong performance was attributed to the growth in insurance revenue and improved investment income during the year. The business maintained a growth trajectory driven by the execution of transformational initiatives focusing on customer experience, performance management, digital transformation, research and innovation, among others. Edna Murungi, Easy Friday.
And that is the business news on Easy Fridays this evening. Of course, sports news is coming up with Bernard Okumu. My name is Betty Kiptum. Good night.
Aviator Instant Game. Be a daring pilot and earn by how much high you can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
Sports News is brought to you by Mozart Bet.
Just in time for Easy Friday Sports, I'm Bernard Okumu. Sports Cabinet Secretary Ababu Namwamba has emphasized a proactive and preventive approach in the fight against doping. Now speaking during the closing ceremony of a two-day anti-doping retreat organized by the Enhanced Anti-Doping Steering Project Committee, the CS stated the importance of targeted intelligence so as to curb the doping cases. The CS also rallied athletics and training camps in the country to be more open and responsible in curbing the cases.
Our success must be measured by how many have we rescued from a positive test. So that instead of you imagining that the more you nab, the more successful you are, it should be the more you rescue, the more you save, which means then that we should be investing more in preventive measures.
We need to get rid of doping. And I think this is the main reason that we are here, so that we get rid of this doping issue, come out of category A, so that we can allow athletes to go and run without any major problem.
Elsewhere, former Kenya volleyball men champions, the GSU, were offered a winning start in the second leg of the Kenya Volleyball League, where they overcame Nairobi Prisons by 3-1 as the defending women champions, Kenya Pipeline, won their second consecutive match at Ulinzi Complex.
GSU men's volleyball team won the first two sets, 25-20 and 25-17, before they lost the third set by a narrow margin of 25-23. They, however, fought back to take the fourth quarter of 25-12.
would not say that it was supposed to be an easy match because every team that comes here prepares well. It was a fair game, and there is no team that will come here that is underdog or something. There was a small technical error that we did, and that one costed us a set. That's why we went to correct it, and we came back with full force.
The Kenya Army men won their second match against Rift Valley Prisons by sets to 1-2. They lost the first set 17-25 before they recovered the remaining sets 25-20, 25-21 and 25-22. Administration Police overcame DOD CUA by 3 sets to 1 of 25-23, 25-21 and 25-15 after losing the third set 23-25. Equity beat Bez Yetu by 3 straight sets at Kasarani.
The match was quite well. We deserved victory on that. AP is an upcoming team. It's a very good team, but we managed to get a set, and that we thank God for that. We want to pray that even as we go for the next match, we are going to do our best.
We had prepared well, and at least my boys have performed well. And we are eyeing for better results.
And Gor Mahia moved closer to a record 21st FKF Premier League title after playing to a barren draw against KCB on Thursday, and will be seeking to consolidate their leadership when they play Muhoroni Youth on Sunday. A total of 7 matches are scheduled this weekend, with KBC Channel 1 set to broadcast 2 matches live on Saturday.
Gor Mahia atop of the FKF Premier League table with 64 points, just 10 points above their closest rivals, Kenya Police. Third place Tusker, who drew 2-2 with Nairobi City Stars on Wednesday, will hope to return to their winning ways when they play Police FC on Saturday. Police suffered their first loss in over 20 league matches after slumping to a 1-0 loss to AFC Leopards. High-riding Kariobangi Sharks will play relegation-threatened Shabana. On Sunday, AFC Leopards will be out to record their 4th consecutive win when they play Bidco. Bidco sit 10th with 41 points and haven't won a game since they beat Muhoroni early this month. KBC Channel 1 is set to broadcast matches pitting Kenya Police against Tusker and Posta Rangers against Kakamega Homeboys. All the matches will be played at Police Seko Stadium. Faith Akinyi for Easy Friday.
Still on football, where FKF has waived all gate charges for the Junior Starlet FIFA Under-17 World Cup qualifier against Ethiopia on Sunday, calling on fans to turn up in large numbers and support the team. Now the match will kick off at 3 p.m. at the Ulinzi Complex.
The Kenya girls Under-17 soccer team, who are on a mission to become the first team to qualify for the FIFA World Cup finals, held Ethiopia to a barren draw in the first leg of the 3rd round in Addis Ababa. They must beat Ethiopia to advance to the final round of qualifiers to fulfill their mission. Football Kenya Federation is now rallying fans to support the team, an invitation they have also extended to all FKF-affiliated clubs, schools, and youth academies. These groups will have a designated seating area as they cheer the Under-17 team. The aggregate winner from the Kenya versus Ethiopia match will face Burundi for a place at the 2024 Under-17 Women's World Cup in the Dominican Republic.
Wakikuja kitupeo support, I think so tuenda to give our best, at least to the World Cup.
It's a step closer to playing the World Cup. So all of us, we want to give our best as a team and try to get a positive result.
Nora Mwangi reporting for Prime Edition Sports.
And to athletics now, where 3-time world road running champion Lona Kiplagat has launched a fitness program dubbed Lona Kiplagat Running Program. Now the program, which incorporates a technology, will be integrating virtual running, coaching, strength and injury prevention exercises. The Lona Sports Coaching has incorporated sports and technology to enable running enthusiasts and fitness seekers to have an informed training choice that consists of the right nutrition and diet, diversified and personalized training programs. This will empower individuals to reach their desired fitness goals with less hassle. The program is streamlined to suit one's choice on a fitness level.
Our own hub, which is tailored for Kenyans. Apart from training program, you will also have a nutritional plan nutrition and training goes hand in hand.
And the National Rugby Sevens men's and women's teams are raring to go ahead of the third and final round of the World Rugby Sevens Challenger Series in Germany and Poland, respectively. Now, Shisha will face Japan in their opening match tomorrow as the Lionesses face Poland in a crucial tie, with the Kenyan side seeking to finish in top 4 so as to qualify for the playoff competition next month. Now, the Kenya who won the Dubai round lies second in the standings and are drawn in Pool C alongside Chile, Portugal and Japan in Germany, where they seek to dislodge Uruguay from the pole position. The South Americans, who headline Pool A, lead with 36 points, tying with Kenya on points, while Chile is third with 32 points, followed by Germany with 26 points. The Kenya Lionesses, on the other hand, are in precarious 5th position in the women's standings and must finish in the 4th position after the Poland round, where they face the hosts Poland, Belgium and Mexico in their quest to advance to the playoffs. China lead the women's standings with 40 points, followed by Argentina with 34, while Belgium and Uganda are both on 28 points in 4th and 3rd places, respectively. Now the Lionesses are 5th with 24 points and will kick off their campaign against host Poland, who are 6th with 22 points, as they also seek a ticket to the playoffs. The top 4 place men's and women's teams will secure a place in the new World Rugby Sevens promotion and relegation playoff competition in Madrid, slated for 31st of May to 2nd of June this year. Further afield, Fermin Lopez scored a bracer for Barcelona to secure a 2-0 win against Almeria at the Powerhouse Stadium. In other matches, Sociedad beat Valencia by a solitary goal, while Las Palmas' game ended with a 2-2 draw against Real Betis. Barcelona is set to finish the season as La Liga runners-up thanks to a 2-0 away win to Almeria on Thursday night. Fermin Lopez scored the opener after receiving a crosser from Hector Fort in the 15th minute. Thereafter, on the 7th minute, Fermin grabbed his brace after an assist from Sergi Roberto. In another La Liga match, Real Sociedad dominated Valencia, clinching a 1-0 win at Real Arena. Meanwhile, at Gran Canaria Stadium, Las Palmas was held to a 2-2 draw by visiting Real Betis. Las Palmas went ahead after an own goal at 21st minute by Real Betis' Mika Mamol. Thereafter, Alex Suarez equalized for Betis 6 minutes later. Ayoze Perez put Real Betis ahead in the 49th minute. However, Las Palmas pulled level in the 64th minute through Alberto Moleiro. And with that story from the La Liga is how we end it on this Easy Friday Sports. But thank you so much for watching. Remember that it's an all-action-packed weekend here on KBC Channel 1, beginning with tomorrow's Football Kenya Federation Premier League matches. Posta Rangers taking on Kakamega Homeboys at 1 p.m. Then at 4 p.m., Kenya Police will play Tusker. And also, later on in the evening, Esperance will play Al Ahly. That's in the CAF Champions League final first leg from 10 p.m. Then on Sunday, CAF Confederations Cup matches, the second leg of the final, pitting Zamalek against Berkane. Watch it from 8 p.m. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. I'm Bernard Okumu.
Sports News was brought to you by Mozart Bet.
You can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
All right, many thanks, Bernardo Kumu, for that sporting update, which brings a cap to the first beat of Easy Friday tonight. We have been briefing you on the events that have been shaping up today here in Kenya and beyond borders. Time to move to the next beat of Easy Friday. Shisha will be telling us not too long, but before we get to there, I need to let you in on the news coming in. Of course, we've been mentioning this the whole night, that Kenya Broadcasting Corporation has a new managing director and CEO. That is Agnes Kaleche-Nguna, who has been appointed by the Cabinet Secretary for ICT and Digital Economy, Eliud Wall, for a period of 3 years.
Absolutely. We wish her all the best and look forward to the next 3 years with her leadership.
Absolutely.
And remember, coming up next, we've got Sean MMG, the very popular viral urban tone artist, and he'll be telling us about his journey in the industry from dancer to msanii Let's get all the details. So don't go too far.
Yeah, I've just seen him walking.
Yeah, he just walked in, and we're going to dance as well. Dance ya kudojo. Whatever it is. All right. Make sure you tune in. Don't go anywhere, because that's going to be a very, very interesting half an hour that we're going to have with Sean MMG. My name is Shisha Arora. Our sign language interpreter has been Brian Muraru.
My name is John Kago. Good evening. So long.